Have you ever been in a room full of people yet felt completely invisible? That's not just a passing feeling for so many veterans, including my husband. For them, silence isn't peace. Silence can feel like a trap, a battlefield, a slow and quiet burnout. Welcome to Beyond Invisible Battles, battle tested, forgotten veteran, the movement born out of our story, but built for all of us still fighting battles that can't be seen. Today's episode is titled Silence Isn't Safety: How Stigma Breeds Burnout. I am your host, Dag Marie Daniels, wife of a disabled Army veteran and a life coach on a mission to help veterans, spouses, and caregivers navigate the hidden war zones of life after service. What does this mean? We're often taught that silence equals strength, that the fewer people know about your pain, the stronger you are, especially in military culture. But let me ask you, what's the cost of that silence? Because let me tell you, it's not strength, it's suppression. And suppression is a breeding ground for burnout, depression, and even destruction. When a veteran comes home carrying PTSD, anxiety, depression, but feels like asking for help would make them less than, silence isn't protecting them, it's putting them in the crosshairs of an invisible battle. Why is this so important? I've lived this, not just as an observer, but as a wife. My husband came home from the army with scars you couldn't see. At first, he did all the things society says make you adjusted, got a job, provided, put on a brave face. But inside, he was drowning. He didn't speak up because of stigma, because of pride, because of fear that he'd lose his job if they knew the truth. And when his job stopped offering support, his mental health unraveled. We almost lost everything: his life, our family, our peace. I carried that silent burden too. The fear, the frustration, the helplessness as a wife watching the person you love disappear into themselves. That's why this is personal, because silence, both his and mine, almost killed us. Pros and cons of breaking the silence. Let's be honest, speaking up can be terrifying. There are risks. People may not understand. Workplaces might not accommodate. Friends might drift away. But let me show you the clear picture. Pros of speaking up: relief and clarity, access to support, stronger relationships, breaking stigma. Cons of staying silent: mental and emotional exhaustion, worsening symptoms, isolation and disconnection, increased health risks, potential burnout or worse. Silence feels safe, but it's a short-term safety that leads to long-term harm. Our story as a wife and life coach. I want to pause here and get personal. I didn't just watch my husband battle. I fought with him, beside him, sometimes even for him when he couldn't. As his wife, I became his unofficial case manager, advocate, caregiver, therapist, all roles I didn't ask for, but took on because I love him. But I was burning out too. That's when I realized we both needed help. I sought education, became a life coach, and committed to not just saving our family, but empowering other veterans and spouses to navigate this maze of mental health, identity, and recovery. And now, as a life coach, I guide veterans and their loved ones through these specific stages: recognizing burnout before it breaks you, building communication tools between partners, reclaiming your personal identity beyond your trauma, establishing emotional resilience step by step, creating a support ecosystem that works for you. Because this isn't just about surviving, it's about reclaiming your life, your dignity, your relationships. Step-by-step guide to breaking the silence safely. So here's the practical guide from me, a wife who's lived it, and a coach who teaches it. Step 1, recognize the red flags. If you're exhausted, quick to anger, isolating, or self-medicating, well, those are signs. Pay attention to them. Step 2, find your first safe person. It doesn't have to be a therapist first. Maybe it's a spouse, a sibling, a battle buddy, or a veteran support group online. Step 3, name it without shame. Try saying, "I've been carrying more than I can handle lately and I need support." That sentence can open so many doors. Step 4, access veteran resources. Look up programs through the VA, nonprofits like Wounded Warrior, or coaching services like the one I offer for spouses and veterans. Step 5, set boundaries and pacing. Healing is not a race. Share in pieces and give yourself permission to step back when you need to. Step 6, advocate in your workplace. If you're employed, ask about mental health days, disability accommodations, or veteran-specific programs. Change starts where you stand. Step 7. Commit to the journey. Healing isn't linear. Expect setbacks, but keep going, keep speaking, keep connecting. The cost of societal silence. When society chooses to stay silent on veteran mental health, the consequences ripple out. We lose lives to suicide. We lose families to divorce. We lose talented veterans in the workforce because they're unsupported. And we create generational trauma that impacts children of veterans. This is why our silence must end, because the price is far too high. How I can help from one spouse to another? If you're a veteran spouse listening right now, I see you. I am you. That's why, as a life coach, I offer private coaching specifically for veteran families navigating PTSD, anxiety, burnout, and relationship strain. I teach tools I wish I'd had years ago, tools that help you. Stop feeling like you're drowning in their struggle. Find your own peace even while supporting them. Build communication bridges instead of emotional walls. You can find out more on our website, www.wayofthewise.com projects. There, you can also download our free mini book where I share our raw, real story and how we made it back from the brink. Call to action. I'll leave you with this. Silence feels like safety, but connection is what saves lives. If this episode touched you, here's what to do next. 1. Share this episode with someone who needs to hear it. 2. Reach out for help, whether to me, a coach, a therapist, or a support group. 3. Visit our website, download our free book, and join the movement. www.wayofthewise.com projects. We are building this movement so no veteran, no spouse, no caregiver feels forgotten or invisible. This was Beyond Invisible Battles, battle-tested, forgotten veteran. A movement always starts with someone's story, and this is ours. Together we can break the silence. Together we can change lives.